What's up, everybody? Welcome to the No Scrubs Allowed podcast. Seal, how you doing, bud? Got a cat
Doing
on
all
you.
right. I'm doing better than you. I don't have any kitties and critters crawling under me.
He's like licking my foot, and it's gross. All right.
Doing good. Trying to stay healthy. Live longer than 31. Been having some problems over the weekend, but yeah, man, we're doing good. It was sad though. A couple days off of work. Usually on a Saturday, getting out of work early is a positive because there's a hell of a lot of sports to watch. No, not one basketball game.
Nothing.
There was two baseball games already on, and this was at like 7:30. Two baseball games already on. Boring ass night. Wake up the next day to two basketball games a day now, and now we're gonna be down to like one a fucking day. It seems like Boston and Milwaukee doesn't play again until Saturday.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the hell is going on. Every year I'm remembered of these next 2 months and how fucking painful they are of minimal basketball and baseball only. It's rough,
Yeah.
bro.
And soccer will be over, not MLS, but Premier League and La Liga and those things. Champions League is later this month. So all of like the big sports are going to be kind of over. You get Wimbledon, I think, and then you're just waiting out spring training or fall training, I guess, whatever it's called.
We do got some big fights coming up.
This weekend, right?
Yeah, this weekend. Did you see the leaked fight card for July?
Which one?
Oh boy, it was they saw it in the war room. I don't know how somebody got it, but I saw it, and it's not even announced yet. I don't think, but it's gonna be a nice one. There's like two title fights coming up in July now.
All I saw was Darren Till and some other guy.
It could be next year, but I don't know. But I don't know where I saw it, but it was the leaked. I don't know, but yeah, I'm excited. We do have some big fights this weekend. And the reason I got excited about the league thing because the Sugar Show was on it, and
Right.
First fight on the pay-per-view again, still getting no love.
Always. Well, because he fights nobody. By the way, if you guys see the side of my face start glaring, we do record during our favorite teams playing stuff. The Suns are playing game 2 right now.
Holy shit! And Dallas just came back.
Yeah, so I have it on mute right now.
Holy shit! Let's get right into basketball a little bit.
Let's do it.
So you're talking about that. Last night, me and you took one of the biggest Draymond kick to the balls. I am so sorry that happened. Anybody ever has when it comes to these daily fantasy sports games. We were prime, we were doing good, and you had no worries whatsoever in this thing. We had like 130 points going into game 2. And put that in perspective, I had 120 points the night before coming into halftime in the first game, and still didn't get the 290 score needed. And no, I think I did.
You got there right at the end.
Yeah, but I was scared. I got 120 in halftime and still barely got like 310 points. So for us to get 120 going into the second game, I was nervous. He said, "Bro, we're fine. We're easily getting this thing." 3 minutes into the game, Dillon Brooks says, "Gato mate, motherfucker," to Gary Payton's head and just whacks him. And you're thinking, all right, cool. Well, Gary Payton just confirmed out
fractured elbow. Yeah.
Out 3 weeks. And Dillon Brooks, obviously flagrant 2 with the windup and impact, ejected from the game. That was 2 of the 5 guys we had in that game. We ended up with 21 points needed. And if anybody watches basketball, Gary Payton would have done that without Bridges.
Especially 2 people would have done it, but
Gary Payton would have done that in probably 4 out of 10 games. He can get 20 points. So if it was just one of those 4 games, and also we had Bridges who averaged just fucking 32 fantasy points a game. So
that
was the worst kick in the ball sack with fantasy sports I've had in a long time.
Yeah, it was a shot to the heart. And it was my last whole dollar as well. I was left with 51 cents. So I could not join that again, but I did join this 25 cent. It's like $200 up for grabs. So, I mean, it's not that bad. Right now I'm winning 50 cents. So I would double my money as I slowly try to grind back up to getting $3 so I can join this thing again. But yeah, it was kind of crazy. So We'll just talk straight about that game because Steve Kerr called it dirty. He walked it back a little bit at the end of the game where he said, I don't know if it was intentional, but he still held to it was dirty. There's reports all over. Obviously, it's the Memphis style to be gritty.
No, but I don't think that's dirty. We've both played hundreds of thousands of pickup games. That happens every game because one, guys like us who are in pickup games can't jump over 3 feet. Like we're jumping like 1.5 feet. So we're not getting up. So we know we have to get quick to the ball coming off of their hand. So we're just and most of the time up around here gets the head area. Well, the reason that doesn't happen so much as NBA is because these guys are pros. They can get way the fuck up more than they can get over the person in front of them and be able to swat the ball and miss their head. So that's why this stuff never really happens. We literally saw it every single time we played. So we were both like, what? Like flagrant too. But the ruling and all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. So that's why, yeah, it's dirty. They're in the NBA. We don't see stuff like this anymore because they don't have to wind up anymore because they're so athletic. Their reflexes are so great. They literally can jump up and boop. Like I see some blocks that look so effortless and they bounce off the fucking backboard and go 50 feet the other way. And I'm like, huh? And they're just doing that. But they're so quick. They're so athletic, so strong. They don't have to do all that. And we see 3 weeks. Maybe the intent of dirty maliciousness wasn't there, but the actual act, what happened, yes, that is dirty. But Brooks can say all day he wasn't meant to be. It's still a dirty play.
He definitely wasn't meant to be. You know, like it's early on in the game. Memphis got caught sleeping, and you never like to get caught with your pants down. So Brooks was like, "Fuck this! I'm gonna make up for it." So he came running hard, gonna pick up from his teammate John Morant, who does those blocks in his sleep, and just wasn't able to catch up.
Yeah,
Ja would have blocked it with his head. He would have headbutted the shit off the
bro. That I don't know how he does that. He just slows down and just glitches.
Just climbs straight
dunk,
up.
Yeah, and then just that one dunk. Yeah, and then his blocks are the same way. It's insane. But it was a dirty play. It's something he's probably going to be fined for. I don't know if he did get suspended yet. It probably came out.
I don't think he'll get suspended. He'll get his flagrant 2. He might get a fine. Draymond's going to get another fine. There's no way they're going to rescind his foul now when he's talking shit, flipping people off, that.
I do not think if the Draymond call wouldn't have been called the game before, I still think this is a flagrant 2.
Yeah, me too. But I just mean like, because Draymond tried to repeal it or appeal it or whatever that word is. And there is no way now because he's still talking so much shit. He flipped off the crowd and then said, I make $25 million a year, so I don't care about a fine. What do you think about stuff like that? I'm all for it. I don't give a fuck. Like, flip people off. Doesn't bother me.
I think it's a known thing. Draymond's one of the most annoying basketball players in the world for me.
If you're the NBA, what do you do when a fine clearly is not like motivation to not do something? Like these players do not care about $50,000. Yeah,
within the rules, they can't really do anything too much, right? So they need to go and have some sort of freedom of speech clause because they get fined for talking shit about the refs. Right. They get fined for talking shit about the league. But these calls, they can talk about these calls all day long. They can talk about the fouls. They could say, I did not like that I picked up that foul. It was dumb as shit. The things he's saying, he's not talking about the refs.
Right.
He didn't say one thing about a ref. He's not talking about a player. He's talking about the league and he's talking about the calls. And he's saying that it doesn't matter. And these rules that are enforced by the league, he could give a shit less about because he makes a shit ton of money. That's when the league needs to put something in to where they can actually act on it and be like, they should call it the reminder clause. They can suspend you for however many fucking games they want to remind you who the fuck signs those checks at the end of the day. Like, yeah, it's Golden State, but what is Golden State? A NBA franchise. They are a franchise with no NBA. There's no Golden State Warriors. There's no Draymond Green getting fucking checks. So a reminder hey, bud, you're sitting out the next 2 games and you're going to remember who the fuck signed your checks.
I think they should just a little less than that. I don't think it should be that severe. I think they should be able to add technical points, like those technical foul points, because
For Draymond.
Just for Draymond.
Yeah. What if we saw in basketball like we see in some of these sports and stuff, like, oh, can't play the first half of this game. He's suspended for the first half. He can come out in the second half.
That's so dumb though. I think they should just be able to assign technical foul points, because you know how like if you get to 7, you get suspended for a game. So like just like he already has 2 points or whatever in the playoffs. If he gets 2 more points, he's suspended. So if you say, oh, you want to flip off the fans, that's another point. You just got another like you're this close, you dumbass. Like,
yeah,
what are you trying to do? So
I mean, I agree. There should be
still fine him, but
there should be something that they can do. I don't. The fines
also the fines should go to charity for one thing, but then they'd be doing shit.
I think the fines do. The fines do.
Then I'd be doing shit all day.
In the NBA and the NFL, I think all of the fines go somewhere.
I'd be doing stuff all day.
Maybe not
then.
all kinds of charities that could go to the NFLPA, NBAPA,
yeah,
or something like even that.
I think that's what it does. I think it goes to the Players Association.
True,
but that still helps them out to kind of get the fine.
But yeah, I mean, I don't know. They need to come up with more stuff. I don't think the money does anything. Like right now in the playoffs, he knows he doesn't give a fuck about the money. He's playing the game, and he doesn't give a shit about the paychecks right now. This isn't paycheck basketball. This is that beautiful ass fucking Larry O'Brien trophy.
Right.
Oh my! I don't know why I was thinking hunk of metal when I said that. Oh, I thought I got it completely wrong. All right, but that's what matters right now. Money doesn't matter right now. Nobody is giving a fuck about the money. A lot of people talk about in the NFL the bonuses people get, all these bonuses. NBA players don't give a shit.
They guaranteed money.
Yeah, they don't give a shit about these bonuses and all this stuff that happens for them. No, they want that fucking trophy. So hey, buddy, keep talking shit. Yeah, we'll throw you a fucking flagrant 2 towards the fucking NBA right now. Oh, that's your second one. You're out of game now. Like they should be able to do something like that in playoff basketball to where this isn't the first time he's done it.
Right.
15, 16, I think it was, when he did get suspended for a game. It was just bullshit after that. That was the 16 one when we won.
Right.
And he just would not shut his fucking mouth. He just didn't give a fuck because he knew, hey, I'm back. Like, what are you going to do? There's 3 games left now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. But let's rewind a little bit, or not rewind, but switch gears a little bit. You go to the actual game. This series is tied at 2, or tied at 1. It is been a really good game, good series. It's been close. Both games are close. Both teams are physical. Both teams' stars are showing up. Obviously, Draymond missed most of game 1 and Brooks missed most of game 2. Gary Payton's no longer there, but Steph is stepping up. Clay, even though he's having some bad games, he's making some big moments. Ja is out of his mind. This to me has been the best series so far, just for the sheer fact that the Heat are just destroying the Philly. But we'll talk about Milwaukee, but I'm still not worried about them. But I think this has been the best series by far.
Yeah, no, it's exciting as hell, and it's really got to scare you guys. Like, are you going to be able to keep that same energy these 2 teams are taking to each other? And that was kind of my concern for the Warriors. And I had to remember, oh yeah, like they do have Draymond, they do have some new guys, they have Poole, who like pulls down for that shit. Kuminga, they got these young cats who aren't scared. I'm used to the Stephs, the Clays, the KDs, who will just sit there and laugh as they walk away like the little pussies they are.
Yeah.
That's just, I hate KD on that team, so that's why I'm being so disrespectful and vulgar. But I'll digress a little bit.
Kuminga will step to you, bro. He doesn't care.
So they're not scared. The Suns aren't scared either. But the thing with the Suns are Chris Paul's old. Like, Chris Paul's old. If he gets in that bang bang thing, it's going to be hard for him. Crowder, throw him out. Like, you can throw that dude out. He gives no fucks.
Yeah, he'll be
if
first.
If it comes down to it with any of these teams, out of all 3 teams, I feel like the Suns are the ones that'll fuck you up and end up getting suspended from games and not give a fuck about playoff basketball. That would be my one concern, is like, are we going to match this energy, or are we going to keep playing basketball? Monty is the type of coach that's going to be like, listen, let's keep up the energy. Let's keep up the physicality with them, but let's not stoop and let's play basketball.
Well, we know that CP won't fight anyone. He's way too smart for that. and he's old,
Smart.
but like he's too smart. He's not going to get thrown out. Booker, he'll talk, he'll jaw, but he ain't going to do anything. Aiton's a little bitch. He'll be running to the locker room.
Yeah.
So nobody's worried about him. So our big three won't get thrown out. It's just going to be the others, as Shaq would say, that get thrown out. But no, I'm not really worried about that type of game. The thing that I'm more worried about is if it does get physical, Aiton's a little bitch. He's not going to be physical back. Like, as much as I don't like Draymond, I enjoy his game. If you push him, he pushes back harder. And our team doesn't have that. Our team has, you push me, I'm going to step out and try to shoot a 17-footer instead of a 12-footer. Oh, you push me again. Aiton's at half court trying to shoot threes because he doesn't want to get into the paint. Like, I'm scared of that. So the physical game scares me in that way, because we're even seeing what Luka's doing to us just because he is a physical presence, a downhill scorer, and Aiton just kind of moves out of his way. So that's what I'm more scared of. But I'm still not worried. I think we're going to just work the Mavericks. They might win one in Dallas. I'm going to eat my words probably before the end of this podcast, but I don't think we'll lose at home to them. And I think we'll win in 5 at worst. And I think Memphis and Golden State could truly go 7 and give us a chance to get everybody ready to go and geared up. And I'm not worried about the West. I haven't been all season. I'm still not worried about the West.
Oh, wow.
I'm worried about Giannis. That's all I'm worried about is Giannis.
Yeah. Even last night, yeah, I think that Warriors game is going to go 7. Warriors and fucking Memphis is going to go 7. I think Memphis comes out on top. If the Warriors do, I would be very much surprised. That just because the shots are going to have to drop. Memphis isn't going to try to go 3 for 3 with you for the most part. Everybody but it seems like Ja is trying to hit that 3. Ja's coming for your throat every single time. But yeah, I'm not worried about that series. I don't think you should be worried about that series at all, except the energy. That's the only thing. Like, yeah, you will easily beat both of those teams, but let's try not to get anybody suspended while we're at it. But yeah, man, Giannis is scary as fuck. We saw in that game last night. The Celtics did everything they could to stop him.
They were building that wall.
Yeah, they were shutting him down. They were building that wall, and dude still almost put up 30. And like, he didn't even get to the line. Oh yeah, he did get to the line 9 times, but he only sunk 5 of them. That's one thing. But
and like, I mean, the Celtics won easily, but if I was Milwaukee, I'd be more confident that we're going to win after that game. Just Jaylen Brown looks like he flickered out. You know, he dominated the first half, and then he started deferring to Jason Tatum, which is what's going to happen. When it gets close, he's going to defer to Jason Tatum. And if Marcus Smart's not 100%, I'm sure he'll be back tomorrow or Friday or whenever the hell they play. But I'm nervous that he's not going to be 100%. And that guy, we know from picking him on our fantasy team, his backup's not really all that great. He's not doing it. So Derek White, his goofy looking head.
Nah. And did Tyus Jones end up doing better than him?
Tyus didn't do shit.
Right,
I saw him shooting air ball.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think the Bucks should be too concerned right now. I mean, I'm excited for it. The Celtics have shown that they're not no slouches. Best defensive team in the league this year, and they've shown that they really have a designed defense for Giannis, and it's working. He's literally having to use 100% of his brain, his God-given ability and body. Like, nobody but him can do a 9-foot Euro step going, not learn, like the way he's able to masse around these people is absolutely ridiculous, and contort his body and then dunk it starting at the fucking elbow of the free throw line. It's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, I agree. You're not scared of Miami, what they were able to do, what they've been able to do against that Philly team. Do you think it's going to be different when Embiid comes back? It was a hell of a lot different in the series with Philly last year when he came back.
Bam won't do as much. Bam has just been MVP mode right now these first 2 games, and he's still going to do well, but he's not going to do as much. They're going to be relying on the guards that they haven't needed. They're going to need the Oladipos. They're going to need those guys that haven't been doing much, especially if Lowry out like the whole series, or what's going on with him?
No, I think he's only supposed to miss the first 3 games.
Okay, because they're gonna need somebody like him to pick it
But
up.
I think that's what I heard because that's all I've been watching is these basketball games. So I'm pretty positive.
Nice.
That's what I heard first 3 games, but
Embiid's definitely gonna do something. I mean, they'll be coming back to Philly. They'll get their child back. But how the game tonight specifically was game 2 for all of you that are listening. So game 2, Harden got all the help he needed. Maxey stepped up big. Harris stepped up big, and Harden still came up short. Are you not surprised? Because that we're long past being surprised by Harden, but what more can he do? Like, he has to step up, and they have no chance if he doesn't.
See, that's the thing that makes the greats great. And I'm gonna feel really bad because something I feel like I've always attached to James Harden is he has no ability to evolve. Like, he is the same dude that made him great in Houston, right? He switched up from OKC to Houston, played that point position, and that's what he does now. He went and started doing the ISO shit. He figured out, hey, the league's let me go to the line 15, 20 times. He still does it. He's still able to get a couple of those. And you can still see how half the time it's still in his DNA. He's wanting to, and now he'll fade back and hit the shot and miss it. He's not going to work and evolving. He needs to take an off season. And instead of trying to figure out what fucking team he's going to go to next or how he's going to get a trade and who the fuck he's going to be able to get on his newly acquired traded team, he needs to fucking go to the gym and go to the lab and put in the work and figure it out. We all know dude's lethal when it comes to shooting. Like, if you have nobody on the court and you can tell him the spot, sequence it, 1, bam, 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 and have him sip a cup of coffee. He's going to remember. He's smart as fuck. He can bam, 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 and he'll make every fucking shot. Like, dude is lethal. It's just everything else that is in his brain that makes him look like a freaking like crackhead when he gets zoomed in a 4K camera on your at-home 70-inch TV. His eyes are always huge.
His eyes are huge, bro.
Yeah, his brain's always working. He's always thinking too hard, and he's always trying to, instead of just pulling up, he's got a jab step and then and then, bro, you were open. Shoot the fucking basketball.
Well, it's because he's not confident right now either, though, and that's a problem.
And that's the worst thing in the world, dude. I will tell you, just little old me, if I'm playing freaking 4-on-4 half court with just some old playing white boys that I know are great at defense but can't shoot, and I'm probably the best scorer on the whole court, I ain't missing shit.
Yeah.
Then I have to play 5-on-5 with real basketball players who can probably swap my shit and can probably shoot a little bit better than me and can beat me to this spot. I pump fake pass.
Yeah. Or if worst case scenario is if I get swatted like the very first shot by a guy that I thought he was far enough away from me that I could shoot over him, and he somehow tipped it, then I'm like, crap, can I ever shoot over this guy? So then I'm shooting like rainbows, even though he's not on me and shit. And it's just like, it goes south real fast. So.
Yeah. And again, we're just little old us's. We're not fucking pros. Yeah. We're not the other guys. We're not the others. We ain't shit. So that's what this dude gets paid millions and millions and millions of guaranteed dollars for, and still not able to do it. Like, when, I don't know. That's all I have. He has to go to the lab. He has to figure it out. He has to evolve. What's happening isn't working. He has to find new spots. He has to find new ways to get to those spots. I don't understand.
Well, then if you're Doc, what do you tell him the rest of this playoffs, as long as they have to go? Because obviously he can't go to the lab right now. So like,
every time you shoot the ball, fall like you're fucking hitting an and-one.
And just hope for the best.
Yep. That motherfucker made them all the time back in Houston. Just every time you shoot the ball, hit that 2K slide animation. And
do the Kobe kick, do all that shit, man. Like, just try it all.
Yeah. Don't have anybody touch you. Don't try to get the foul. Just whoop. And then, I got just in your head with your shot and one. Just always think you're getting in one, bro. No matter what.
I think he should do what Chris Paul does, where he just runs into somebody and then throws it out of bounds. Chris Paul gets, like, sometimes he gets turnovers for it, but if he gets 8 out of 10 calls, then that's a positive if he only got hit 5 times, you know?
Yeah.
So what's the last
Chris
one?
Paul's also respected.
Yeah, that's true. The last series is the Giannis and Boston one. We touched on it, but the actual series is 1-1. Both teams won huge, and it looks like adjustments really helped because Giannis kind of dominated game one. The Celtics made the adjustments they needed to, and Giannis, at least in the first half, did absolutely nothing. Second half, he popped off, but they were already losing by like 30 points, so it didn't matter. These are two of the best coaches that are left here. So how do you see this one playing out? I mean, this is going to be a good one too.
What did you just say about the coaches?
They're two of the best. You still don't think Coach Bud is that good? Or Ime Udoka?
I love Bud.
What? Udoka's good too, bro.
Who the fuck is he? What has he done?
He's the motivator.
Bro, he
from
was
UCF, dog.
He was handed the keys.
He was handed the keys to like a 3-20 team.
Bro, he was handed the keys, and Brad Stevens says, I'm going to stick around and make sure there's no way this can go wrong. It's too, all right. This is what used to fucking piss me off in 2006. All these fucking Florida people saying, oh, look at Eric Spoelstra. He's fucking one of the greatest. Look what he's done in Miami. Bro, he's a kid. Now, 15, 16 years later, I can say those people were actually on to something. Were they right? Yeah.
People still probably say that Pat Riley's pulling the strings on that bitch.
Yeah. But back then, I'm like, dude, he's not on his own. It's not just $1 million loan from your dad like Trump got, bro. It's just like you got it from another businessman, my guy. Like, come on, bro. Get out of town with this. Yes, he very well could be a Spoelstra down the line. But bro, it's too early. Don't do that.
Well, they're the best defense in the league. When he got them, they weren't nothing. They were trash. And he turned them into the 2 seed. Got them going.
You see Daniel Theis playing ever again? He's good at rotating players. I tell you what, he keeps the trash on the off the court. That's for damn sure. And I feel
you don't like Theis now either?
He should have stayed in Houston. He would have played more.
I like Theis.
I do too. I don't know.
But I liked Birdman also. That didn't make him a good basketball player.
I absolutely hate the Celtics. But anyways, yeah, I want to call. It's too early. He may as well be what he has done. Yes, I agree.
Well, this season, then at least,
Brad Stevens is still behind his ear. But anyways,
what dude left with like 3 minutes left in the game? Did you see that highlight when Brad Stevens just walks out of the room? Yeah. It was with like 3 minutes left in the game. And again, they were winning by like 24 points, so it didn't matter. But he was like shaking people's hands. And he just walked out. He was probably going down to shake the hands of the players or something.
Oh, absolutely.
But he just left his box with like 3 minutes left.
Yeah, he had to go downstairs, bro. You know. I thought he was like down on the court. Come on, bro. Don't do that to old Brad.
He walked out of his box, dog.
You know how much I like him and how much I
before
hate
the game was over. He stopped watching. He walked out of the
fucking Linux bitch ass. Anyways, dude, I really think the Celtics have a great shot at winning this series. As in, it's more than a 1% chance. Like I thought it was going into this. Like they really have a 15-20% chance to pull out 4 games, and that's huge. That's why NBA basketball and these 7-game series are wanted in all assets of MLB baseball, because these 7-game series are the truth. You can get suspected, you can get caught up in 1, 2, 3 games, and if you do that, you're out. So yeah. I love it. I love the competition. I really hate that they're talking about expanding every year. We're like, oh, let's make the play-in tournament larger. Let's let more people in. Doesn't matter. The Cavs would have been the same way. It doesn't matter. Every fucking year, 1, 2, 3, 4. Every year. Sometimes we get surprises. For the most part, every year, 1, 2, 3, 4. So all that shit just needs to go. But I really feel like this is like a good chance that the Celtics can just whop up on the Bucks and go in. And if it's the Bucks or the Celtics in Miami, which it seems like it would
that'll be the most boring ass.
Bro, I think it'd be fun.
Because it'll be good for actual hoop heads.
Oh, dude, who the fuck's gonna stop Jason Tatum? I don't know the series this year. I don't know who's won what, but just in my head, I feel like they would shut Miami up, and that's all I want right now.
I don't know, but so how much? I guess the question. I think it means nothing for the vast majority of teams. But what do you think home court means? Because the Bucks, ducked the Nets on purpose. They wanted to play the Bulls, which was the right call because they swept the Bulls, or pretty much gentleman's sweep, the Bulls. But now it forces them to go to Boston for Game 7, which is, they chose that, in my opinion. I think they lost on purpose. They benched Giannis the last game of the season. Like they did not want to play Brooklyn. It worked out. They're here. What does Game 7 being in Boston matter? Does that matter at all?
No.
I don't think so either.
No. No. I mean, it matters. It's important. But since the bubble, no. A lot of these players, like it'll come back in a couple years. Like in a couple years, these kids that didn't have to experience that weirdness. Like I feel like once you experience something like that, nothing else can rattle you. You know?
I was shooting around yesterday and I was shooting free throws, and there was on the court behind my court. So where I was shooting, it was going to be behind my goal, were these kids playing basketball. I'm talking like 6-7-year-olds, but there were like 20 of them. And that was the most distracted I've ever been trying to shoot free throws in my life. And I've played, not in stadiums, but I've played where there's been pressure moments with free throws. And I mean, I was always good at free throws. So maybe that's why I didn't feel pressure, because I suck now. But I just felt and heard every single shrilly voice that they had just yelling, and it was throwing me off so bad, dude. I cannot imagine having 30,000 people, 40,000 people all yelling at me. 18,000.
Could you imagine like that time when we were in the UCF arena when we shouldn't have been? Could you imagine having to play your best basketball against the best players in the world right then, there, and that would that's it. Like we've seen fucking college, the frat games and shit, like in those places, like that shit's ill, like, and that's nothing like an NBA game,
right?
And these NBA players are used to it their whole lives. They're used. We have these Lehighs and these CJs and stuff, like these players.
But they still have fans yelling. I'm sure
they still have probably 8,000 fans yelling, 5,000 fans yelling. But yeah, they still have people to go for, like having people your whole life watching you play basketball and screaming and being excited to
just an empty gym.
Nobody. I don't think anything else can mentally, because that's all it is. Home court is mental.
Right.
I don't think after that, these players who had to experience that, and players that did that the whole season, and they're freaking not having people in there. Yeah, I don't think anything else can fuck with you after that mentally.
Well, 27-year-old kids definitely fuck with you. That shit was hard. I was pulling everything. It sucked, dude. I did get locked in eventually and start hitting some. But I get so mad every time I shoot free throws because of how good I used to be at free throws. I wasn't a great basketball player. I was a good free throw shooter. I was rock solid for pickup games where you never shot a single fucking free throw, because if it was a foul, you took it out. But I was good at free throws if I ever needed them. But yeah, it sucks. I suck now. It's so bad.
I suck at free throws still. Never been good. Never will be.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. I'll
be standing still at the point of the three-pointer, and I can I'll higher percentage than I will from the free throw.
Well, you're allowed to shoot from all the way back at the circle if you want to, I guess. If that's what you so want.
I should try that. I should take a step back.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever tried that.
That's what Harden should do. Actually, he makes his free throws, but
when he does it, just kind of.
Yeah, just do like a step back and then shoot it.
I gotta have your feet planted. It doesn't say you can't move.
I think as long as you're in that circle, you're allowed to do whatever you want for 10 seconds in that little half circle.
I used to, because remember when I used to kind of shoot like this, flipping it?
Yeah.
And I would go left or right. So I used to line up a little bit left and just oh.
Yeah. All right. So let's shift gears and let's talk about the NFL draft, because we talked a little bit about it last week and we were 100% spot on everything. All the hometown kids got drafted by their hometown, which is what we called. You guys now drafted the first number 1 pick that didn't win anything. I'm not even sure if he played football, but he's He's
He
now
did
with
for a fucking defense that pretty much everybody got drafted on. He didn't even have the best. He didn't even have the second. He didn't have the third best stats on the fucking line. He's an outside linebacker lined up at defensive end. We're probably gonna have him more fucking fingers off the turf.
And you guys also took another linebacker later, right? And another linebacker. A good pick for the spot. Dakota, stuff you don't need.
Dakota Lloyd, I want to say his name is.
I don't know.
Not Brandon Lloyd. But Dakota Lloyd out of Utah. Go Utes, I think is their name. Nope. I'm thinking about it now. I don't think so whatsoever. Hey, it could be. Whatever it is. I saw a little piece on him.
Devin Lloyd.
Good yeah, I knew it was Devin Lloyd. I saw a piece on him the other day. It was pre-draft, April 26th. And Steve Smith was going to show him some love at Utah. I guess Steve Smith went there too. And I actually have it saved. Actually, dang, I only watched like the first minute and then got wrapped up in something else. But he lost a couple of teammates and really played for them. Like they got shot. And he really played. Yeah, he really played for them.
At Utah or his high school kids?
No, they're Utah kids.
Okay.
And yeah, it's on Sports Center's ESPN Facebook thing. I saved it because I knew I had to go deal with the baby. But yeah, he's awesome. I don't know why I never went back and watched that. I'm glad that I just thought about it. But dang, that's crazy. All right, cool. So yeah, so this kid has chips on his shoulder. He's playing for reasons. He's playing for people, and it doesn't matter where the fuck these people come from. We always see the guys who are nitty, the guys who are gritty, the guys who usually make it. All these guys who are in the NFL have one way and another God-given abilities, God-given talents. They're freaks athletically. There's something that separates them from the average people who play high school football because they love the game and they know, hey, I'm a high school football player. I got my varsity jacket. That's all I'll ever get. Knowing, no, there's these people that people are looking at. I'm like, yo, you're in high school? That's crazy. You're huge. And then you have nowadays these linebackers who are 6'2", 210 pounds that look just like me and you. But then we see, oh, okay, you still have the God-given ability. You can run a forward, whatever. You can bench 500 pounds. You can read this, see that. And these guys nowadays that are able to make it long-term in a not for long league are these guys who are playing for something that doesn't have their name on the back of their jersey matter whatsoever. We see a lot of these guys that get caught up in that, the name on the back of their jersey, and they're just happy to be in the NFL. We see a lot of times that they don't really make it too much. They don't have a lot to play for, so they get caught up in the moment. I don't think that's going to happen with this kid. I think he'll be a lifer in the NFL for about 13, 14 years, probably go down as a really good, I don't know. I don't like to say Hall of Fame when it comes to Jaguars because we just got our fucking first one.
I mean, he'll go. You guys will start rolling in. You're still young.
But dude is legit. He was an A+ grade. We traded up to get, and a lot of people were pissed off apparently that we took him. And we also got a Manu guy, whatever, from Wyoming. Everybody says he's a green sticker guy, which means captain of the defense. He's going to be the one to get the plays probably. To have people pass on him. And that's awesome. I was really happy with that. I told you I pretty much knew we were going to fuck it up and get Walker. So after that, I just really hope that we focused on what we needed to get. They said the numbers don't lie, blase with all his what he was able to do. Cool, we'll see what happens. But after that first pick, we always fumble on. Let's make sure we do right with what we usually have been able to do, and make these guys some money in the future for after drafting them and letting them go somewhere else and do great things. So I'm really excited for that Lloyd pick. So fucking excited.
Well, and then speaking of the Hall of Fame, or speaking of big name guys, big guys, you got a center in Kentucky, but he's going to be playing guard. But you guys got an immediate replacement to try to block for Trevor Lawrence, to try to make.
Oh, he's going to be playing center.
I think he's going to be playing guard, right?
Our center just retired.
I thought your guard retired.
No. Brandon Linder.
I mean, I don't fucking like the Jags. I just try to stay on.
It was our center. I'm pretty sure he was our center. If Brandon Linder wasn't our center.
Well, then.
No, it was Linder. It had to be Linder. Oh, my God. If I'm getting confused with Brad Meester.
Linder was who retired.
Yeah.
That I do know, but I thought he was a guard because I don't know.
Brandon Linder. Center. Whew. I was about to say I have to go get this tattoo.
But anyway, so could this be could Trevor Lawrence and what was this guy's name? I'm sorry, Fortner be the new Ben Roethlisberger, Marquise Pouncey, where you now have a solid like 12 years of one guy ready to go, best friends, roommates, all that.
What? I always do start doing the what would your ass too late. But it could be. And I was so excited.
He's good, or from what I saw on the little
because I had so much happening. I had the baby, I had the Suns game on, I had the draft on, and I was trying to watch the Pat McAfee live show, which come to find out, I just turned the draft off because I'm watching the draft, right? And I'm watching the game, and I'm watching the Pat McAfee on the phone, and I'm playing around with the baby on his laptop, little tap in his toys thing, right? So I'm just doing all this shit, and all of a sudden I'm watching the game, not paying attention because we're on the clock. There's still so much time left, and it's like, oh, we got the first pick. Pat McAfee's like, what the? I'm like, dude, there's not even anybody up here, and the Jaguars are going to select Walker. I'm like, what? Don't fucking ruin my life like that. Look up, here comes fucking old shitbird, and yeah, he announced that we got another Bulldog shitbird, and I was like, all right, well, Pat McAfee's way faster than this asshole. Turn that off. Put the Suns game on that. Do McAfee on the laptop. Oh yeah, just so you know, we're the YouTube subscribed to Pat McAfee now because I guess that's the login, and I wanted to comment.
I think we're also subscribed to Joe Rogan.
Hey, if you guys want to follow us back, hit us hit us subscribe to us too. That'd be great. Follow for follow, my guy. Remember that.
Yeah.
Follow for follow. Oh man, but no, I was excited for this draft. I don't know. It could be, dude, but the only thing that really pisses me off about it is I forget what NFL Network, NFL.com, whoever it was, graded that pick in the third round, that center who I was like, fuck yeah, let's go. Hopefully he can replace. It was F. Somebody graded it an F.
An F?
An F. Yeah. An F.
But I think it's a third round pick
or something.
Like what?
But like, yeah, they gave it an F. I don't know if it's like big board, what's remaining, like best available, and we just really reached to get that guy. I don't know, but that's my biggest concern with that pick. But yeah, other than that, I was excited. I mean, maybe go true defensive end and fucking Aiden Hutchinson if we're gonna pick up so many fucking linebackers. But overall, I knew the Jags were going to jag, and after that, we did work. We traded when we needed to. A lot of people were talking about trading back to pick up picks. We took 10 picks and traded up, traded down, moved around, gave people shit for next year. Who gives a fuck? And still ended up with 7 picks. 7 really quality good picks.
Yeah, and speaking of a bunch of picks, that's what the Bucks did too. The Bucks didn't need anything.
Hey, you're welcome. You got y'all next year too, my boy.
As freaking DeAndre Ayton got a flagrant, which really sucks.
Is it our second half?
Yeah. Anyways, but yeah, so they traded with your Jags. Yeah, they traded down a couple times. They ended up with I think like 9 picks in the whole draft. 10 picks in the draft. No, 9. 8. I can't count. Anyways, we didn't need anybody. We kind of needed an Ali Marpet replacement, and we got that in the second round, which is huge, but we got it in the second round with our regular ass pick anyway. So I don't know why we needed the first round pick. This defensive end out of Houston, he's cool. He's out of Houston. That's awesome. Fun. But we didn't really need him. He's not really this like amazing guy that's going to be playing for us all that much. We have a defensive line that's better than anybody else. So I guess we're just building for the future. We got draft picks this year. We got draft pick next year, but the issue that I have with having so many draft picks is we don't have roster slots. So we're going to have to figure out what to do with these guys because we're going to sign our first 3 guys, no problem. We have 2 tight ends that are going to be battling for it. If Gronk comes back, only one of these guys can make it unless we decide to keep way too many tight ends. So it's kind of weird that we went and got so many picks when we're probably, unless they feel like, or unless they make it through the whole rest of the league to be on our practice squad, they're not going to be around. So it's kind of weird that we decided to get all that, but I guess we thought those top picks were going to be worth it.
Yeah, and you got to think like if he doesn't come back, you want to have options,
Oh
right?
yeah,
And
for
now
sure.
that free agency is pretty much, it's not dried up. There's still a lot of great people out there, but at that position, you have what you have, and you don't even know what the fuck you have. Like you don't know
Right.
if Gronk's coming back. You don't know if he does. How many plays he's going to give you a game. So and with is Howard still there?
No, Howard's on
Yeah,
the Bills now.
yeah. Howard's on the Bills.
Brate's gone.
Brate's gone. So now you need a blocking tight end on each side if you need to pull out big packages, and you still need to get a Rob Gronkowski replacement and a Cameron Brate replacement because those were actual people who had volume and did something. Hi, OJ Howard got another deal on another team. Who knows?
Right. Yeah, no, I'm excited that we seem to have shifted our gears to understand what we need and how to go get them. Rashad White that we got, this running back out of Arizona State, is fine. And it's fine that we just don't need people. So we're just going and getting the best person. We got a punter in the 4th round because why the fuck not? Let's get a punter. He wasn't even the best punter, I don't think, but he's Georgia's punter and Georgia was the best team. So why not take him? We got a cornerback so that we don't have to go signing Richard Sherman in the middle of the season again. So I like what we did, but it's just one of those things. It's really weird. And I know the Jags have never been there. I'm not trying to talk shit on you because the Bucks were never there either. But to have a draft where you aren't like dead focused on it because you know you don't actually need anything, it's such a good feeling to just be like, hey, what do you think we can get? Oh, this is fun. And you're just like getting stuff. Because I'm usually in your boat where it's like, oh, we decided to draft Jameis Winston. All right, cool. I mean, I guess the other option wasn't much better, but so it's just it's good to have options and just get whoever you think is the best one.
Yeah, but we got a running back and Snoop, whatever his last name.
Oh yeah, is. Snoop D-O-double-G.
Yeah, so apparently he is
Snoop Connor or something like that.
Automatic, yeah, Snoop Connor. Good shit. Apparently he is a automatic 1 yard. If you need a yard, he's going to get it.
1 yard's not going to get you very far.
No. Well, with the Jaguars, 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2 situations, goal line situations, we're fucked.
Right.
Because they always penetrate. Anytime we always have to try to use outside plays and shit because just going up the middle for the last couple of years just not been able to happen. So James Robinson has been fucked a lot in those situations. He doesn't even get in the game. So if we're gonna pull him out on 3rd down and put in fucking he's gone now, thank God. Never liked him there anyways. Don't even have him in my memory anymore. Well, thank you. Now we have a automatic 1 yard guy, and that'll be able to get that 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, average 5 yards to carry or 6 yards to carry his junior years last year there. And I'm excited for literally every pick besides the first one. I'm glad you're happy. And it seems like that's how we seem like there are. And the war room for the Jaguars. They take the same mindset you guys do. Like, hey, we can just do whatever we want. What do y'all want? What do y'all think we should do this year, huh? Hey, we who gives a fuck? We're gonna be great anyways. We're the Jaguars.
Hey, that's cool. So
no, it's not.
So to give love to a couple of our fans here, because we do have a few fans. Pittsburgh did exactly what everybody knew they were going to do. They were the one team that you could lock into a 1st round pick with no problem, and they drafted Kenny Pickett, the QB, out of Pitt to stay at home. But nobody, or not nobody, but a lot of people don't even think he was the best QB in the draft.
No.
And I don't think that Pittsburgh thought that either because they went and got another quarterback a few years later. We saw that not too many years ago with Washington when they drafted RG3 and Kirk Cousins, and we saw how that worked out. So
we're happy with that.
But Pittsburgh went and got a bunch of pretty good players, as they always do. But to have Kenny Pickett, to draft him at 20, they had to, right? I mean, they couldn't trade down. He would have been gone eventually. But you think Kenny Pickett, being the hometown kid and all that, was better than getting Malik Willis? Because Eddie wanted Willis.
I don't think they thought either of them was going to be available at that point in time. And I feel like they got some intel that nobody really was going quarterback until they got down to them. Because otherwise, I feel like they would have drafted up if they had any intel or anything. But I really feel like they were very comfortable in the fact that nobody was getting a quarterback and a lot of mocks that I did, I had the Jets and Giants both going back to back, getting linemen, and then back to back getting fucking quarterbacks. And it was just a race to Malik, pretty much. Who was going to be able to trade up with a pick, maybe do a package to trade up and get Malik over. And I thought that was going to happen way before the Steelers were able to pick, which is a lot sooner than they're used to picking because, haha, y'all sucked last year. Anyways, I love you, Eddie.
But yeah, but Malik didn't even go to the third round, which is just nuts.
That's something we all like. Yeah, they like to hype these guys up in the Senior Bowl and these pro days and all these guys like, oh yeah, this guy's going to be really good. When it comes down to it, dude, I really think where you go to school matters.
It does.
Unless they know before the draft that you're a guy. No, everybody knew.
Liberty was knew undefeated.
Yeah, everybody knew about Liberty. Everybody knew about Malik, but nobody was out here saying, yo, this is a guy. Like Josh Allen, everybody was saying, yo, this dude's a guy. He goes to Wyoming. He's a fucking guy. Like, it doesn't matter. He's a guy. Nobody was saying that about Malik until pro days, Senior Bowls, people coming around talking to the guy. Be like, oh, I like the way this guy talks. He's a good guy. I liked our interviews. I like what his pro day looked like. I like the throws he makes. But we'll see. I definitely knew Kenny was probably going to be the first pick quarterback. Right. If I had to put money down on it, didn't think it was going to Pittsburgh. But yeah, I thought it was a no-brainer. We all know how the people are. Here you go, Eddie. The Yinzers of Pennsylvania are up there in Pittsburgh. And they are very excited for Kenny Pickett. They don't give a fuck that his hand is going to make them beautiful sandwiches with the fries on it, because why the fuck not? And his I forgot the name of it. His Bold City Light in his hand. That big old 24-ounce brewski is going to look like a 32 in his little old hand. I don't think anybody cares about that. Hey, he's from Pittsburgh, went to college in Pittsburgh, playing pro in Pittsburgh, and all you have to do, bro, is take that little ass hand, put it on that big ass football, and tuck it right into Najee Harris and watch him go to work and win ball games. That's all you have to do, bro.
Well, that's all Malik Willis is going to have to do too, is tuck that ball right into Derrick Henry's hands.
Which gets to wait a while, though.
Yeah, that's true. He gets to wait. And then I don't know if Seastein's dad is also a Dallas fan. I know Seastein was, but that was one team. I did not see a single draft pick. I have the draft picks up here. I didn't see them make a single pick. And I know they made a lot, but did you hear any reviews of them? Like, did they have a good draft? Anything?
No.
You could have told me they had no draft picks, and I would have been like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I can't tell you. I don't really know anything other than the Kenny Pickett pick, but I do know people have been railing on them, like saying, "What the fuck did you do?"
Yeah.
But I haven't heard a lot about Dallas. So hey, for Dallas, that's a good thing.
Right. Stay under the radar.
Yeah, you always hear about these flashy picks that they go out and grab. Yeah. And they reach for a lot of people, and when they finally have it working, Jalen Smith, they just let him go. So I mean, and even who knows what the fuck happened with that? Right. Like, he gets released and just isn't him again, and just got signed to hey, you proved it, you're back, your injury's over with. That's crazy. But anyways, I didn't hear anybody coming out saying that they killed it. I also didn't have anybody coming out saying that they fucking sucked at it.
Yeah, nothing.
And if they would have, we both know we would have saw it from a lot of people that we listen to.
Right. Yeah. Staying quiet is probably the best draft that Dallas has ever had. Because what did happen is around them, we saw, and this didn't happen last week, right? So this will be the first time we talked about it. We saw AJ Brown go to Philly, which gives Hurts no more excuses, right? Like, they were already saying like Hurts was out of excuses because he shows flashes, but then they're still underperforming. Well, now he has two good receivers, and I know Brown had a pretty disappointing year where he only played like 6 games, but two good receivers, an okay running game. They have a defense. They should be fine. This is Hurts' last chance. Do you agree with that, or do you think he's still just riding it out?
Yeah, no, I agree. Anytime you can add that'll help out. But if that's all that they're able to acquire, then they're fucked. Like, I don't know if they were able to pick up another receiver or not, but then they're just like, they're fucked. you can't just include that. Like for Oakland, like they still have guys. Like they still have a lot of guys to include Devontae Adams. You're like, oh yeah, listen, hey, listen, bro, you're making a lot of fucking money looking like what's that? The damn doll or the dude from Toy Story. Making a lot of money over here in the NFL, bud, Mr. Carr. We're gonna need you to start doing something. Now you have Devontae Adams. This is your last chance. I would say so like that. You can't say now you have a kind of broke down AJ Brown who has been injury prone the last couple of years. Like, yeah, dude's a cheat code. But all right, cool. So I have him and Devontae. Who else? Well, you have Jalen Reagor, bro. You know. Yeah, well, we know how that's turned out. Can we go back and look who you fucking passed on to get him? Who else do I have? Yeah, no, you have them three. Like really, that's still all he has. Then no, I don't think this is last shot. If they're able to get more weapons and those weapons show that they're productive and can be with the ball and can help that offense go down the field and score and not have to rely on that running game that's really not that great. If there's not a running game that can get it going. They have to be clicking. And that's not good to have in NFL. So if they only have those same 3-4 targets, they're fucked. He's fucked.
I think they're going to be good. But again, I don't know shit about what Dallas has been doing. I know that the Commanders got better. They had a good draft. And the Giants are the Giants. So I don't think anybody's worried about them. So we'll see. But that division, I think, is going to be up for grabs again. It's going to be the NFC East again. So it's anybody's. And the problem with that is that it's everybody on a hot seat because there's not a favorite out there. There's not someone that's like, we're going to make the playoffs no matter what. So if you're not the one team that comes out of that, then you're a disappointment regardless. So we'll see. It could be multiple disappointments in that, but that's exciting. My cat is really like just frustrated and wanting to do something. He knocked all my controllers off the charger. He's being a little asshole. So we don't really have much more to talk about anyway, but what more do you have anything else to talk about before we go to get out of here?
Not really. Yay sports.
Yay sports.
Sound like shit. I still feel like shit.
LAFC is still good. We didn't need to touch on that, but they're looking good. The Champions League finalist set, we will shout out. Did you don't follow any of that stuff, right? So Manchester City had to play Real Madrid today. They were up. They had a 2-goal cushion going into stoppage time. Real Madrid's one of their substitutes scored 2 goals in a minute, scored in the 90th minute and the 91st minute to force extra time. And then in extra time, Real Madrid won. So it's like the biggest collapse ever by Manchester City. They still have 0 Champions League titles. I can't say too much. Arsenal has 0 also. So you can talk shit because Manchester United has some. But yeah, it was a huge collapse. I did see that. So it's Real Madrid versus Liverpool. Real Madrid is looking like the team of destiny, but Liverpool is Liverpool. And they just lost last year to Chelsea. So they're probably pretty upset. They kind of want to get another win, get back in the win column for the Champions League. So if I had to make a prediction, it's going to be Liverpool. But what Real Madrid is doing with Benzema, he's probably going to win that Ballon d'Or, the MVP of international soccer. And he's got these guys rolling and he's putting the team on their back. He's having a real like superhero run, a 2016 LeBron type run for all of you that watch American sports. Like he's doing it. And it's really impressive to watch.
Yeah, that shit earlier when I saw that Man City lost, I was shocked. So I had to go see how. And because all this free pool shit that I play, I picked them to win. And
nice.
Yeah, so
they were winning. It was easy mode.
Yeah, and then but yeah, so I was very happy with that. I really think Real's gonna win, but I don't know. Liverpool was Real only like 3 or 4 years ago. They were coming back out of the ashes looking good, and they still can't get it done. They still need to, and I think they're gonna be hungry coming off of their emotionalness of what happened last year. What the fuck did they finally win? They finally won something. So
Liverpool?
Yeah.
They didn't. They lost the Champions League. Well, they won the Premier League. They ripped it from Manchester City's cold dead hands.
Yeah, so I think they're going to come off of that and get this one. And I don't know. If I was a bet man, I'd put it on Real, but of course we're not allowed to bet, so I put Liverpool on the old app.
Nice.
Oh, you do work with I do that. Oh, no, you just got to see my face. See
All right. So other than that, there's not much going on in the sports world. It's NBA finals time, or playoffs time. And that's what we're hitting on. And then we'll switch over to baseball.
It's just so boring.
Just a quick aside. I mean, yeah, baseball is boring in the regular season, but the Dodgers are looking great. The Reds are looking as shitty as can be, which is amazing.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So they're going to set records in futility. So that's fun to watch if you live in Ohio. Sorry.
My buddy still getting fucking yammed on.
My buddy, the Neenans, are Cincinnati fans. So sorry for you guys.
Yeah, they are.
But yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch.
We cuss so much.
I pick against Cincinnati pitchers in my home run duel thing. It hasn't worked out, but in that free home run duel, I see teams that are playing against Cincinnati or Chicago White Sox, not the Cubs, and I picked them. And so far, it hasn't worked. But
damn,
it's
my shit doesn't work either.
I got another 0 home run night tonight from my guys.
We got 2 last night, bro. We almost got there.
Got 2.
I would have got 3 if I could. I did. Couldn't find Devers. Couldn't find Devers. Would definitely put him in over the fucking Yankee. Or if I would have said fuck Aaron Judge and went Rizzo out of spite, because I actually don't mind Rizzo. He was a good guy when he was on the Cubs.
One person got 4 home runs.
Sheesh.
Show some love to the rest of the community.
Bro, for real. Did I even end up with any tonight?
I had none.
Nope. No, bro. I started Buxton, right?
And he got scratched.
Yeah.
I had Buxton started too, but I noticed he was scratched right before the game started.
Good
well, the guy I put in for him didn't hit a home run either. So
I didn't know that. I would have to have a guy. I picked Vlad and Trout. I went with bangers tonight. He didn't get one. They still beat us in extras. Dude, we fucking had it. 2 outs. 0-1 pitch. Fucking doubled. Fucking tie it 4 extra innings. Here we go. We fucking lost 10-5.
Some guy named Rowdy Tellez hit 2 home runs tonight. Who the hell is that guy? Who the hell is that guy?
All right. I want to watch the end of this game. Is it still
me
close?
Too. Don't be like me in any sort of sports betting. Don't be like DeAndre Ayton, who got a flagrant foul and is fucking up my daily fantasy sports.
Flagrant 2?
No, it's just a 1, but he hasn't come back on the court yet. But do be like the Suns. Do be like us. Do be like, some of our teams. And as always, be a stud, not a scrub.